Dave Mercer.
And I'm Matt Pangrac.
Welcome to the Cull, a weekly sport fishing debate show. And I got to be honest, the U.S. Open has always been a favorite tournament of mine. There's so much history, and it's just one of those amazing events. But I had more interest in the U.S. Open this past year, watching Josh Bertrand win that title on Lake Mojave, than I've had in several years. So I'm going to say, keeper call, the U.S. Open should move to a new body of water every single year. I think that's the reason I was watching more. Keeper call, the U.S. Open should move to a new body of water each and every year, Panger.
Well, this was the 40th year of the U.S. Open, and the previous 39 years have all been on Lake Mead, something that Rick Clunn, the greatest angler of all time, has said is the toughest test of angling experience. That was when it was held in the summer. It recently moved to the fall, but it was only moved out of necessity, Dave. There's a water crisis with Lake Mead, with what's going on out there at Las Vegas, and they literally could not get the boats on the water. Billy had done a great job with one bass to make it happen last year with the low water, but they had to move it to Mojave. Bigger smallmouth, a lot bigger weights. But I think that the U.S. Open is so heralded and so the mystique around the U.S. Open because it is on that same body of water. Lake Mead, the Narrows, Pamela and Tommy, the run to Overton, Vegas Wash, the history of the single fishery under the lights of Las Vegas, the 3 days, the AAA. I think part of that is the majority is because it has been on Lake Mead. Now, it was awesome watching the 20-plus pound bags of smallmouth coming in and Josh Bertrand leading it wire to wire and winning it, one of the best finesse fishermen in the game today. But I think moving forward, if at all logistically possible, Lake Mead has been, will be, and should be the home of the U.S. Open going forward, regardless of if you're weighing in 5 pounds or 25 pounds.
I disagree, dude. And you're painting it like, and I get it. There's so much history there. I mean, the first Bassmaster Classic was held on Lake Mead. I rallied and wished and begged that we could have had the 50th Classic on Lake Mead. That was really my dream, to see the boats going down the Vegas Strip and everything. It would have been incredible. But dude, it's the West Coast. They deal with a lot of water problems. That doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon, number one. Number two, the West Coast has some of the richest, most incredible fisheries in the entire country, in the entire world. And if you talk to anybody from the West Coast, they're always talking about those incredible fisheries. To take this big event that is on the West Coast, that profiles the West Coast, and put it on one of their stingiest fisheries, while it may be a grinder, while it may be the toughest tournament ever for Rick Clunn, I just don't think it's the right thing. I mean, if you took the old TTBC, the Texas Bass Classic, an event in Texas, it was held on Fork, on Conroe, on Great Fish. They didn't put it on Orange. I love the Sabine River. I love that tournament. It's compelling to watch, but it's got the name of if the event's got the name of the state on it, you want to highlight some incredible fisheries. And I just, you know what this year's event left me thinking? Every year I've watched it. I've always watched it, on Mead, and I've been like, wow, that was an incredible event, history, blah, 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 all that. But Mead is not Augusta. I don't leave there feeling the same. This year's event, I left there thinking, man, how many more Mojaves is there? How many more of these places I've never seen that I just would love to have exposed? And the U.S. Open is the best way for them to expose them.
I disagree.
So I'm saying
Mead is not Augusta. Mead is Augusta. That's why the Masters is in Augusta every single year. Why is Augusta such hallowed ground for golf? Because it returns there every single year. It's not the toughest golf course in the country. It's not the easiest golf course. It doesn't have the deepest rough, but it has the history of it. And it has the mystique around the grounds and around it. That's what the U.S. Open has developed around Lake Mead. It is the Augusta, Dave. That is why I'm culling moving it. It's great. I would love to see it on Havasu or the California Delta or a Clear Lake or go back to Mojave. I understand it, but then it becomes the Arizona Open or the California Open. They already have events like that on the West Coast. This is the Augusta of fishing. It's in this little niche where people on the East Coast are kind of like, what is going on here? There's something. But on the West Coast, it's Lake Mead. It always has been Lake Mead. And as long as they can have it on Lake Mead, I think it always should be Lake Mead. So I'm culling moving it around.
I think you're going to have people all over the place. But the honest truth is, if you're calling that the Augusta of fishing, number one, those other great tournaments in the West Coast, those are great events. They don't get national attention like the U.S. Open does. People don't perk up their ears to see what's going on like they do at the U.S. Open. So this is their opportunity. But the honest truth about it is, every time someone in Las Vegas washes their car, less and less of Lake Mead exists. And dude, it's a great fishery. But man, it's just not all the West Coast has. There is so much that incredible part of the world has, and I want to see it. I want it to be exposed to me by the U.S. Open. But I think this is going to be a topic where there is no right answer. The good thing is we're talking about the freaking
And congratulations to Josh
Open.
Bertrand. That was,
I
mean, a beatdown of epic proportions.
Wire to wire. Wire to wire. And
not a big surprise either.
No, he's an incredible angler. And
can we do a call on the nicest guys in professional bass fishing? I think his name might come up.
Oh, it's got to. I mean,
future events. We don't have to go into that.
Yeah,
that's about the U.S. Open and Lake Mead.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about other stuff in the future, and some stuff you guys will like and some stuff you won't. But this, we'd like to hear your opinion. Keep our call. The U.S. Open should move around every year. I'm saying keep it. And Panger, you're calling.
Hard call.
Hard call.
Yeah.
A little
It's
aggressive.
on Lake Mead.
It's a little aggressive for a Monday morning, Panger. Let us know what you guys think.